Okay, so next we have David Leong. David, let me just check that David's online. I think you are. Yes, indeed. Hello, David. David says, is it a good idea to start selling with wholesale products in a new Amazon store while still sourcing for new products from China? Yes. My preference would be that you got started, no matter what that actually meant. I think that it is. My dad was an entrepreneur. He used to have this really cool thing he used to say to me whenever I was stuck in analysis paralysis or whatever it may be. He would say, Neil, it's very, very hard to change direction when you're standing still. And that's really stuck with me. And now when I'm starting to any new businesses, I just take a flurry of action, get myself into it with the full knowledge that some of the things I do will work, some of them won't work, but I can alter my course on the way, and that's how I'll ultimately become successful. Not by standing still and waiting for everything to be perfect, because it never will be. So thing number one, David, I would prefer you to do anything that meant you actually got started and just started doing something. So that would be my first thing to reference for that. Second thing would be, there are advantages and disadvantages to working directly with a wholesaler versus working with a factory. So the advantages of a wholesaler are that, generally speaking, you will have a much lower MOQ, minimum order quantity. You'll have a much, much lower minimum order quantity because if you think about this from the factory's point of view, the factory in China, wherever it might be, does not want to dick about selling 100 units of their product. They've got zero interest in that at all. They want to start selling 1,000, 10,000 units, whatever it might be. So the factory does not want to sell to beginners, has got no interest in selling to beginners, okay? And that's why we do certain things to lead them to believe that we're not beginners, we've been doing this for a while, and there's a whole raft of things that I show you in the training program, all about how to do that and do that effectively. So your factory does not want to sell small units. That's what they sell to wholesalers for, because the wholesaler puts up with all of the beginners and all of the small orders, and they put up with that. Now, the price that you pay for that is you pay the wholesaler some pain money. So generally speaking, the price that they buy from the factory, they'll simply double it, and then that's what they will charge to you. So you'll probably pay, on average, double the price of what you would pay if you dealt directly with the factory. So there's that. So I guess that's a downside to that. But by doing that, you get to order less quantity of stock. You probably also get to ask the wholesaler a lot more questions, and they will invariably have some insights into how other people are selling those products too, that they may be able to help you with. So you get some additional benefits to that, and then you work out, of course, whether those additional benefits, the lower minimum order quantity, etc., were worthwhile before you made your final decisions on that. So there's that. The other thing as well is, if you're dealing with a wholesaler, generally speaking, they will have, particularly if your wholesaler is here in Australia, then they will have imported the product from China into Australia, saving you all of the hassle and all of the cost of doing that, of course. And that means that you'll be able to get yourself up and running and started much, much faster. Like you can get yourself, if you find a wholesaler, find your product, you can be up and running on Amazon in a week, as opposed to 2 months, which it would take you on average if you dealt with a factory. So that's some of the upsides to that. The downsides, as I said, was decreased margins. You'll pay more for a wholesaler, but you get the additional benefits of no minimum order quantities or much lower minimum order quantities, and the ordering process itself is much, much easier. There is, of course, a lack of control if you go to a wholesaler, because a wholesaler will not be able to customize the product at all for you. They may be able to put your own label on it, but outside of that, they won't be able to do anything else for you. And you also, of course, have the potentiality of other people selling the exact same product. So there's benefits to each, David, and you'll need to look at them and analyze them based on what your own particular set of circumstances are. For me, I have found it's a very, very good strategy when I'm testing a marketplace to go to a wholesaler with the full knowledge that I'll be paying more, but I'm okay with that. I just want to test it and see if I can sell the product. As soon as I know I can sell the product, I go and get my product direct from the factory. It takes a little bit longer. I have to order more, but it removes some of the risk of doing that. So that's a good tried and tested strategy to do that, David. Hope that answers that for you.
Hey, Neil here. Just before you go away, that was a question that I got asked on my regular Monday night Q&A session, which I have with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. So if you're interested in joining us as an Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, then you can click on the link below to find out a lot more about that. And also, as a special thank you for watching this video, I've got a great book that I want to give you for free. It's a current bestseller on Amazon, and it teaches you everything that you would need to know about starting a business here in Australia on Amazon. So you can see that just up there. So if you'd like to get a copy of that for free, then again, just click on the link below and you'll get a copy of that. You'll get taken to a page where you can get a copy of that for absolutely free. Hope you enjoyed that little snippet from one of my Aussie Online Entrepreneur Q&A sessions, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel and also like this video. And if you've got a question that you would like answering, then post it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer it, whether on one of these videos for you or directly in the comments directly below. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time on the next of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs Amazon FBA Australia videos. See you soon.